Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review on the About Fight X Blow Made in Korea boxing gloves. So stay tuned. Okay, so today we're doing a close-up weigh-in and review on these About Fight Made in Korea X Blow boxing gloves. I got mine in red, 10 ounces, Velcro closure. This is the hard padding version of this glove. You can see it's full genuine leather construction, and it's the very first glove I've gotten that is actually made in Korea. You can see it has really nice soft leather. It has a matte sheen to it. It does say X Blow Made in Korea right there on the back of the glove. Full wraparound Velcro closure. It has a rubberized patch that goes vertically on the back of the Velcro strap. 10 ounces. And it has kind of like a, I want to say velour, but kind of almost like a soft wool type liner on the inside. Rotating around to the palm side. Show you again double stitching, a black piping around the thumb. It does have a nylon strap for the attached thumb, which I was not a fan of. Grip bar right there is, I'd say a little bit on the smaller side, and just to show you guys the stitching. And this is definitely a hard padding, so I would definitely not recommend using this for sparring whatsoever. You can see how stiff that is, like a really thick piece of EVA or rubber right there. And here's the right glove, just next to each other. Kind of more on the compact side. Definitely a very comfortable glove. So let's go ahead and put these on the scale. See how much these actually weigh before we do the review. But to show you guys quality there. Now it's tucked into the finger compartment. Leather. All looks really nice. So the right glove is right at 10.6 ounces and the left glove is at 10.7. So they're exactly on weight to each other. And I'd say about a half ounce overweight, which is not a huge deal considering that they're a training glove. So let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on these About Fight X Blow Made in Korea boxing gloves. I got mine in red, Velcro closure in 10 ounces. You can get it in white, blue, red, and black, I believe. Two styles of padding that you can choose from. One's gonna be the soft style, which I'll be doing a review on a little bit later on, and the hard style padding, which is a lot more denser and more protective, but definitely not recommended for sparring. Sizing wise, you can get it anywhere between 10 to 16 ounces, and this glove is primarily meant to be a training glove. So I got this one in 10. It's a little bit more on the compact side, but still really comfortable. About Fight is a company actually based out of Korea. If you do go to their website, obviously I'll put that link in the description box. Everything is in Korean, so I recommend if you need to translate it to whatever language you're in, that you do so. Typically on your web browser, you have an option to translate because everything is written in Korean. But this is my first official pair of made in Korea boxing gloves, so I was really excited to try these out. I want to give a big shout out to the team at About Fight for giving me the opportunity to use these and do a review on. So first things first, you can see the design on this is pretty simple, really clean looking. I do love the design of it. It's not overly done. Has enough of the their design on here to know what brand it is. Full genuine leather construction that has more softer matte feel to the actual leather itself. You do see the X Blow logo on the back of the glove. It says made in Korea, so they make sure to let you know that. It does have a full wraparound Velcro strap. That's a 3.5-inch Velcro strap with this rubber X Blow tag that's stitched onto the Velcro strap vertically with a 10-ounce tag. It does have black piping right there, and you can see it has a really nice Velcro as well, black piping around the cuff, as well as on the Velcro strap, you can see there. So nice length and stitching to it. And the inside of the strap is actually yellow, and you have the Velcro on the end right here. Rotating to the palm side, you have, I'd say, 3/4 of an inch of soft padding that goes on there right up here to where the black piping is for the thumb. And the same amount of padding right up to right here where the stitching kind of comes across. And a firmer medium density padding, which is about 1/2 inch on the back of the wrist. The inside liner is almost like this soft microfiber, kind of like a wool type liner on the palm side of the glove, so you can actually see, I'm trying to give you guys a peek on the inside, where the back of the glove uses a satin nylon liner that's very soft. So it's like they use two different types of materials, which definitely adds to the comfort there, but you can see the black piping there. A smaller grip bar, that's really dense. I wish that was a little bit larger, but not a big deal there. Double stitching on the grip bar. And lastly is going to be this nylon strap. Now, I'm not a big fan of that at all. I feel like they did everything great with the glove, full leather, really well made. Stitching looks pretty good, but then you add this little piece of nylon. To me, that kind of like, that's like the cherry on top. Just put a piece of leather right there and it would have been a complete thing. So I'm not too sure what the thought process of going cheap on this is, just because that'll end up ripping over a period of time. And the nylon in here is really thin and narrow, so it's just pretty flimsy for what it is, and I wish they would have done that a little bit better. And quality of the gloves are actually really nice. I mean, anytime you think about, you know, I guess Asian manufacturers, you know, whether it's like Japan, Korea, Thailand, obviously, you know, Thai gloves have been around for a long time, but any of those countries, typically you have a high level of craftsmanship and attention to detail. At least from what I've seen when it comes to Thai gloves, and even obviously Japanese gloves like Winnings. You know, the Asami gloves I did a review on were really nice as well. So my expectation for this glove is really high, just because it's made in Korea, and that's kind of what it's known for. There's a lot of little details that they really take time with when they put these gloves together. So these gloves are actually really nice. I mean, you can see the leather is done really nicely. There's no really any inconsistencies. I did notice there's a little bit of like kind of little bumps right here on the strike surface. And I think it's just from this really dense foam they use on here. I'm not sure if it's EVA or rubber sheet that they use here, but this is definitely not a sparring glove. It's probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest glove I've felt. I mean, I'm kind of knocking on it for you guys to hear it, but I mean, it's solid almost solid as a rock. The good thing is that that's not the foam that is backed up against your hand. They obviously have a softer foam on the inside that aligns the hand compartment to give you comfort. But you can actually see that sheet right here. I'm trying to push down on it to kind of give you guys perspective on that little rubber sheet or EVA they use. And that goes all the way to the back where the wrist hinges at. But, you know, you can see the logo looks really good. Nicely done. Says X-Blow there. Velcro looks good. Hinge point on the back of the glove is really nice. You know, overall, the stitching looks pretty clean. You know, you have an area probably right there. I'd say that could have been done a little bit better with the stitching, but not a huge deal. You know, fingertip compartments tucked in nicely where the thumb meets the index finger is good. I like the leather that they use right here on the piping. It has kind of more of like a pebble kind of look to it, if that makes any sense. That's probably, to me, the biggest no-no would be that nylon strap. The padding on the wrist feels really good. Stitching looks symmetrical on both gloves. You can actually see where they used a pen to kind of mark where they were stitching, which is kind of common. You see that with a lot of glove manufacturers because obviously they trace everything out before they cut. But you can see that where the actual Velcro strap attaches to the glove. And the liner looks pretty good. I mean, you have, I don't know if that's any fraying there. Those are just little pieces of threading, but cuff looks really good. So no issues with the actual foam being exposed. So overall, the quality is really, really nice. I mean, I can't really complain too much about it. Comfort of the glove, sliding my hand in here. Slide that around and put that on. It's really comfortable. For a 10-ounce glove, they actually fit pretty well. They're not overly snug and they're not too loose. I can imagine if I ever get a chance to get their 16-ounce versions of these gloves, they'd probably be really comfortable as well. And a little bit larger to accommodate bigger hands, but excellent thumb position. I don't feel like there's any issues with thumb placement. Nice and parallel. Doesn't feel like it's uncomfortable. You can see I can actually move it in there. You can definitely feel the difference in the liner on the back of the thumb is that nylon liner, where the inside of the thumb uses that kind of that velour felt, which is really comfortable, and the padding on the back of the thumb feels good. One thing I really like about this is the finger compartment is really nice and deep. It does take some time to break in because of how stiff this foam material is on the punching surface, but you can see it's fairly well broken in. The grip bar has excellent placement right there on your hand, so when you roll it over, it's like you're holding a roll of coins. And the stitching right here, they covered it up, and you can really feel that your fingers can really roll over and make a nice tight fist. The padding on the wrist is really good, so it gives you a good amount of wrist support. And just to show you guys the actual the balance of the gloves. You can see the gloves are balanced really well. So it's not too top heavy or bottom heavy. Good weight distribution there. But overall, just a really comfortable glove. I mean, I didn't find any issues in terms of like pain in certain areas where it was tight or it was too wide or my hands shifted around too much or the thumb jammed at the tip right there. No issues there. One thing I probably would say, maybe that would have been nice to have like a little piece of elastic to keep this piece together. But again, not a huge deal. Protection and performance. This is definitely a protective glove, and definitely not a glove I would use for sparring. I know I mentioned that already, but you get excellent pop with these gloves. You don't really get too much feedback. If you're looking for, this is pretty much like the opposite of a puncher's glove. You know what I'm saying? Like I have, which I'll be doing a review on. I haven't reviewed these yet. These are my Combat Corner puncher's horsehair gloves. I mean, you can see the difference. Just to give you guys a reference, I mean, so you can see how much more softer. I mean, you can literally, like, I mean, look at that. You can literally push your finger all the way through, almost like you can just pinch the foam together, because this is a combination of foam and horsehair. Obviously, I'll be doing a review on that. So, but compare that to this, whereas, I mean, there's no give whatsoever. So it's essentially the opposite of a horsehair glove. This is maximum protection. You get good pop with this because of how hard it is. And it's kind of like the same thing with horsehair gloves. You really get a good pop because your knuckles really go through and you get that really nice feedback. With these, you don't get as good as feedback as a puncher style glove, but you get definitely good pop. Definitely a great bag and mid glove. So if you're looking to just kind of dedicate a glove to your rotation when you're hitting the mitts with your trainer or whoever's holding the mitts for you, or doing heavy bag work and you want something a little bit lighter, like 10 ounces, 12 ounces, these are definitely a good supplement to that. And they're pretty much true to weight, a little bit over like half an ounce, not a huge deal for training gloves. So definitely more on the protective side. Now cost-wise, these gloves are about 95,000 Korean won, which converts to about 85 US dollars. So obviously including shipping, that's probably gonna be around 100 after it's all said and done. But I think that's a great deal for a glove like this. Full leather construction. Definitely love the comfort of the glove. They feel good on the hands. You have two options. I'll be doing the soft padding a little bit later on. That's gonna be more for the people that want an all-around training glove you can use for sparring and just everything in the gym. This is definitely more on like a bag and a mid glove, but two choices, multiple sizes, different colors, Velcro closure. I do wish they made a lace-up version, and maybe they will down the road. But overall, I mean, for 85 US dollars, once you convert it over, these gloves are definitely up there. And for that price point, right up there with some of the best gloves in that price range for sure, and maybe even above that. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these X-Blow boxing gloves. I'll see you guys later. Peace.